Again, Erev Shabbos, Parshas, Eikev. The Parshas starts off Eikev, Tishmu. What's Lashon of Eikev? We know Eikev means like Miloshin Yaakov. Yaakov comes to Lashon Eikev. Eikev is a hill. Eikev is the Mashiach, the hill of Mashiach. Why does the Torah use the Lashon of Eikev, Tishmu? Listen to my mitzvahs with Eikev. So Rashi gives us a pshat. Rashi says there's some mitzvahs that people are doiverish on. People step on these mitzvahs, and Hashem is telling us, even those mitzvahs that people aren't so stark with. Be extra careful with those mitzvahs. The Das Kanim takes a step more literal. He says, what does it mean, mitzvahs that you step on? What's a mitzvah that you literally step on? Chas v'shalom, that people literally step on by mistake. He says mitzvah tzitzis. People accidentally step on tzitzis. And he brings down from here, Allah l'maisa, make sure that your talis doesn't drag on the floor so people yourself don't step on it. That's what it means, Eikev Tishmu. Watch out, careful of that. Rav Chaim Kanievsky, Shlita, he brings down a story from the Gra. There was a Yid walking around Vilna, 98 years old. And he was telling everyone, I have 2 more years. I got 2 more years left. And it's like a little precarious, because when someone reaches that age, especially, in the 1500s, 1600s, 1800s, you don't know. You don't know, 90, 98, can I know her? What do you mean you have 2 more years? And he said, I know exactly how long I'm going to live. Because when I was a little kid, I davened with the Gra, with the Vilna going of Aliyom Vilna. And I remember once, after davening, I was walking behind him, to walk with the Rav. And by mistake, at one point, I accidentally stepped on his tzitzis, on his talis. I was on the floor. And the Gadol Hadar tried moving, and his talis was stuck. And he turned around, and he sees the little boy standing on his talis, and he turns to me, and he says, Yingala, you should live to 100, but please get off my talis. And the boy came home, and he told his parents what happened. And he was so embarrassed that I accidentally stepped on the Gra's talis. And his parents threw a party. That moment, when they heard the story, he said, the Gra told you should live to 100. You know how long you're going to live? You're going to live to 100. And that Amunas Chachamim kept this Yid alive till 100 years old. They threw a party, they cooked up the best food, they got into the Shabbos clothing, and they pledged the Baruch Shalom for the bracha that their son just got from the Gra. I thought maybe that's also a mitzvah that we step on Amunas Chachamim. Sometimes, when we go into Rav Chaim, who brings down the story, Rav Chaim has his shitas, you don't wear a watch, and you don't have a chuppah, make sure to have a beard, and there's certain names that he's against. People walk in there, you have to understand that whatever Rav Chaim is going to tell you, that's what you're going to do. And if you're not interested in listening, then don't go in. Because there's a certain element of Amunas Chachamim, and this Yid, by the Vilna Gaon, he believed that if the Gra says I'm going to live to 100, even if he meant that as kind of, like an introduction to try to just, get off my talis, those words came out of a tzaddik. It's going to happen. Now we be zeicha to have Amunas Chachamim, to understand, to follow in the footsteps of the words of our Gedolim, of our Tzaddikim, of our Dar, and be zeicha to walk with them very, very soon to greet Mashiach Tzidkeinu, B'tchias HaMesim of all the Gedolei Hadar, B'mhevi Yameinu. Amen. Imani kan hakol kan, Imani kan hakol kan, Imani kan hakol kan, Imani kan hakol kan. Ham da 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 ba ba ba. Ha da 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 ba ba. Ha ba da ba da ba ba ba. Ha da ba ba ba. Imani kan hakol kan, Imani kan hakol kan, Imani kan hakol kan, Imani kan hakol kan. Hem la ba da ba da ba ba da da ba ba da dum. Ham la ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da ma ba da ba da ba 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 ha ba 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 da ba da ba ba ni ka